This plant is Tibouchina heteromalla, silver leaf princess flower. And this is in a garden in Santa Barbara. This is in my garden, and love this plant. You can see why. It's pretty spectacular when it's in full bloom. It's August 2nd right now, and this started blooming at the beginning of July, I would say. Is really, they all came out at once within a week or two, and here we are, a few weeks later, and it's still in full display. These flowers should last for the next month to 2 months. I would say they go into September, but then you'll still have sparse bloom during the fall. One of the beautiful things about this plant is not just the flower, but the foliage. This family, the princess flower, Tibouchina, has these velvety leaves. There's a nice shot of the flower, but these leaves are something else. They're very soft and fuzzy to the touch, and so even when this plant is not in bloom, still a beautiful specimen shrub. And in design, that's how I use it. I've put some salvia of different kinds around the bottom of this, some polygala, and just using this really as a specimen. These get 8 to 10 feet tall depending on your climate. I'm in Santa Barbara. This is kind of a coastal climate, very mild temperatures. The extremes are in the 80s here, Fahrenheit, and rarely freezes. The literature on this says that they're happy. Let me back up. So width-wise, this guy right here is 7-8 feet wide, and it is about 8 feet tall. So very mature specimen. I would think in more, if everything went right, they might get a little bigger. I think these are native to Brazil or somewhere more humid and warmer, so they probably get larger in that environment. Again, coastal California, that doesn't freeze or not enough to really talk about. I read that San Marcos growers had these down into the mid-20s. They froze back and then came back, grew out of that burn. They cut them back and they came back out of that the following year. I had regular princess flower, Erviliana, Tibouchina Erviliana, do similar thing up in the Bay Area where we got down in the 20s there. That usually froze them enough to where I just couldn't be bothered to try and keep it alive. So I would say high 20s Fahrenheit is the limit for these guys to be reliable if you want to keep them long-term in your garden. Full sun, you're going to get the best bloom. Water, I have a very sandy, well-drained soil. Matter of fact, I have a hard time keeping water in the soil, so I have to be very deliberate about how I water more frequently because the water drains right through. There were 2 more of these of this size here when I moved in, and they were doing fine with very little irrigation. So this doesn't rain here a lot, and there's been drought for the last 5 years here. So I'd say these can handle, if you have moderate temperatures, they can handle low water. That's what I can tell you about silverleaf princess flower, Tibouchina heteromalla. Beautiful specimen shrub when it's doing its show like it is now. And again, this is July, August is the big show. Enjoy.